Okay, welcome to my new channel here. It's called the Live Minerals. So I'm focusing really on weight loss, and I've got some things to share with you. So first of all, if you look below at my information section on this YouTube channel, on this YouTube video, I'm going to include some very important foods. These are foods that come in powder form generally, yeah, and this is what's going to make the difference in losing weight and not losing weight. Here's the idea: the foods that we're eating are not really giving us or satisfying us because they're not feeding the brain. And when I mean the brain, I mean some of the glands that are attached or go directly to the brain. Hypothalamus, the thalamus, adrenals, pituitary, pineal, thyroid. So these are very important. They're the glands that produce the hormones that regulate everything in our body, everything. But the foods that we generally eat from day to day, whether they're carbs or proteins, they don't have what we need. So because of that, we're generally starving all the time. And when we get hungry and we eat, it fills us up, our belly, but it doesn't really provide nutrients for the brain. And the brain, when I mean the brain, again, I mean these glands. So if our glands are not being nutritionally fed, then they're not going to be regulating our bodies and our brain very well. So that, I believe, is where the problem comes in, because without good hormonal secretion and good glandular regulation, we tend to become fat, too skinny, too fat, lose energy over time, lose our hair, all kinds of, lose muscle mass and so on and so forth. And that's because we're not feeding the glands of our body, glandular. So the best foods on the planet to feed the glandular system would include mostly and almost exclusively foods from the ocean. Somehow or other, the foods in the ocean are generally very, very high in micronutrients, microprotein, and micronutrients and minerals. And they are the highest form of concentrated nutrition on the planet. Whales, as an example, dine exclusively on either plankton or krill. They don't eat animals or mammals or fish per se. They like these microorganisms, and you should too. For instance, and I listed them below: Spirulina, Chlorella, Kelp, Dolce, different types of algae, seaweed. The Japanese are very famous for eating seaweed. They have a lot of iodine, and the iodine is really important for the thyroid. So this is what's being overlooked in our diet nowadays. We don't have enough of these ocean products, and we're lacking them. So there's really no way of substituting. You can't just take iodine separately. You can't take these micronutrients separately. They really need to be in their whole food form. And an interesting thing about some of these products like Chlorella and Spirulina is they have more protein per pound than any meat. So what you'll notice when you take these products is you're going to feel really satisfied. It may take a little bit of adjustment time on your part, but you're going to feel very, very satisfied. And it's going to really, really harmonize and regulate everything for you. You're going to feel just happy and relaxed and good-natured. You're going to have good focus, good attention span, and you're not going to be always hungry. That's important. And when you do eat, you're not going to be craving food and slamming it down, because the nutrients in the foods that I'm suggesting below, they are the real foods that you need. And the other foods, which are coming from the earth, outside the ocean, those foods are the filler foods, and you'll have those just to keep yourself alive, basically, or to feed your body to some degree, but they're not the essential foods. The essential foods are going to be in the powder form of the spirulina and the chlorella, especially. Now, when you start on these powders, I just put them in either water, or you can put them in a mineral water. I actually put a little bit of diet soda in there just to give it some flavor. And I drink it. I mean, I'm not sure I can, here it is. Oops, let me try to, there it is. I have a pretty large container, and it's green. You can see not the container, but the powders are green. And I drink this all during the day. And so can't say enough about it. Just an absolute necessity. And then when you are balancing your nutrition or your need for nutrition with these essential products, you're going to absolutely and gradually lose weight, because the temptation to eat empty caloric foods and carbohydrates are just going to disappear from your desire, from your mind. It's just going to disappear. You're not, your mind or your brain is not going to send messages, go get me some potato chips, go get me some corn chips, go get me some ice cream, go get me this, go get me that, because the nutrients of these ocean-borne products are so satisfactory, you're just going to feel happy and fulfilled. Okay, that's the key. Not to always be snacking and eating and thinking about food. It's to be in that state of equilibrium where you feel satisfied, and not just satisfied. The protein from these microorganisms is very high. So you have energy. This is not going to deplete your energy. Eating less, but eating the right foods will give you a lot of energy, a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, and a lot of energy. I mean, you know, I'm vegetarian. I generally just, I eat a lot of these organisms, or in my drink, and you can see I'm not a weak guy at all. But my weight is really good. It's proportionate to my height, and I don't have a problem. I don't put weight on. I'm 70 years old, and I don't put weight on because my body is in equilibrium state. And I don't desire to snack and go after foods and to satisfy my wild tongue and wild urge to eat this and eat that. So that's the key, in my opinion, to how to lose weight properly. Starving yourself is never going to work. Just trying to lower your calories won't work, because you'll just go right back to eating more later on. Overloading on protein is not going to work, which is like the Atkins diet or the keto diet. That won't work, because that's artificial. If you lose weight on the keto diet, you're not going to be happy and satisfied. You're always going to be that artificial diet, which ultimately is not good for you at all. I don't care what they say. But if you stick to the green powders, green is good for us. Green is good, ocean is good. They contain so many vibrant minerals that we need. Also will become more passive, more relaxed, less aggressive, but still energetic and very focused. And those are the ideal qualities that we want. Good energy, good focus, but not being overly aggressive, not being angry, but being in a good state of consciousness. That's going to be really good too. So you can't get that from the eating meats and overdosing with proteins. That's just going to feed your body. It's not going to feed your brain. You want to feed your brain and feed those glands, and that's how you're going to lose the weight. Because when you feed your glands, they're going to regulate everything. And when you regulate, then your body is going to naturally go back or go to its a good set point weight. There's no reason for us to be obese. None. There's no reason, that we should stay obese. We're obese because we're not getting these oceanic minerals. We're obese because we're starving. Even though we might be fat, we're still starving. So make the switch, give it a shot. I don't make any money selling products. I want to just focus on the concept and the foods, and we'll put out more videos. I welcome your comments, and I'll also put something in the section below. You can subscribe to my channel the next time I have a video, and you can also contact me. Well, I'll put a contact information in there, but right now, just make your comments below if you'd like to. I hope you find this interesting, and I wish you the best in losing weight.